certified as one of the best ways to start your day. A warm welcome to our favorite family breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Absolutely. Good morning to all of you out there. Good things come early, they say, and right here on the show, a new day with so much hope for us and with a positive outlook. There's no limit to what one can achieve, and that means you.
Yes, indeed. And what we're going to achieve in the kitchen today is mind-blowing. Mary is standing by with some guests.
Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, something really exciting is happening in the kitchen today. We are literally bringing the eatery to our kitchen.
Oh,
yes,
that's the way it is. And to do so today, we have Sheyi here. And good morning. And of course, the very beautiful lady here as well. Good morning. Great to have you on the show. Okay, so fingers crossed. I know, Titi, you have this on lockdown.
I'm coming to drag you out of that kitchen.
Titi, it's not that.
It is deep.
Why?
You know why?
All right, ladies, no cat fighting. No cat fighting. Come on.
Who is cat fighting, Mazino?
Let me tell you why. We have tasty fried chicken in the kitchen. Yes, that's enough reason for us to drag it out. But if you're feeling down, you know, just start your day with us on a high note. There's no better place to be than right here.
Absolutely. A gripping 1 hour 45 minutes is about to begin, and we have the, well, delectable Mary and also Titi and myself here to see you through the course of the next, well, 2 hours. Let's put it so.
We're still in the spirit of celebrating International Women's Month, celebrating all the wonderful women across the world. And you need to take note that there's a woman in your circle right now that needs to hear something great from you. My name is Titi Layo Oyinson.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. You can use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the show. And make sure that you download our app so you can follow us, or rather you can take us with you every single place on iOS or on Google Play Store. Use our platforms. We are at TVC Connect on all of them. If you want to send in a comment or just check out what's happening through the course of the show today.
Speaking of what's happening on health today, we'll be speaking about the most powerful remedies for high blood pressure. Dr. Diro Nifade is the Chief Medical Officer at Dr. Connect, and that's a health tech company on a mission to making quality healthcare delivery possible via your mobile phone. Now, he's going to be talking to us in a little while. You need to stay close to him.
And right after that, we will be having Otto Ritchie, a sensational singer and songwriter whose real name is Ojoma Godswill Uche, an artist who makes hip-hop music by infusing other genres into Afrobeats.
Femi Shofoluwe, a thoroughbred, passionate youth teacher with more than a decade hands-on experience when it comes to that burning desire to see an average youth become an exceptional young adult. Today is going to be discussing fatherhood, a vacant office apparently in this generation.
And finally on the show, we will have a veteran in the entertainment industry, Ayo Shunaya, join us, a film producer and a lawyer. He was also a music talent agent and has managed many of Nigeria's top artists, you must know. The list includes Fuji musician Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, aka Kwamwon the Ultimate, pop star D'banj, music producer Don Jazzy, and rapper LD The Don, whom I'm wondering what's up with him lately. Welcome, everybody.
How's it going?
Good. I like to start every Tuesday by saying, "Blessed am I amongst women." Now you can go on.
Before, honestly, I have to say, you know, there's just so much to appreciate about women these days. They're doing amazing things.
Yes,
so yes, well done for appreciating us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's overdue.
It's
I know we don't have much time, so I guess it's time for us to head straight for the news.
Okay.
And afterwards, of course, we have more for you on the show.
We can do the news, but there's one small thing that we actually wanted to talk about just before the news. Now, yesterday somebody put out something very interesting about what his son said to him. He said, "My son just said to me, silly daddy." And then he said, "In my days, could I ever have thought about saying such a thing to my father? I would have gotten a clap."
Well,
the best we said when we were growing up was, daddy now, what's this now?
Still, you still get a spanking.
No, we did not. And you know, when I tell people that my childhood was different, I sometimes feel like, was I really living in Nigeria? Like the way my parents raised us, it was different. Like it's kind of like what people call modern parenthood now.
Not
but
bad. Not
So the closest,
but silly.
the closest the twins have come to it is, Mommy, I don't think that's the best idea.
They're suggesting. That's a very good one.
That's
Suggest.
what it is. I don't think that's the best idea. And then myself, I'll think about like, okay.
It's all good. We'll talk about this after. But tell you what,
Children
guys,
are the always
welcome
of
once
shading.
again. Let's do a break, the news, and then we'll come back with all the goodness that we have for you here on Wake Up Nigeria for a Tuesday. Welcome once again. And you're welcome for a Tuesday edition here with the papers. Let's let you know what the headlines are, what you should expect to see when you grab a copy of any of the national dailies. Let's start with the Punch this morning, and we have our first big headline in rubrics here. Anti-open grazing killer gang arrest hit squad now. Can ACF tell police security agencies silent? Now, it's disappointing FUNAB members have not been arrested, says CAN, and arrest those claiming responsibility for assassination attempt on autumn, say the ACF. We don't know militant group, say the MACBAN. And governors are worried, says Ganduje. At the top of the Punch newspaper, FG International Partners plan 1 billion naira loan, or rather $1 billion loan support for MSMEs, and APC International Convention's June date shaky, postponement imminent. Nigerian scientists to COVID-19 vaccines undergoing trial. That's the PTF. And INEC plans online voter registration targets 16 million Nigerians. There's more on the Punch newspaper at the very bottom. And finally on it, FG orders immediate resumption of domestic flights, catering services. Oh, yes. Finally, if only I was going any place anytime soon. Let's move on now to our next paper, and that is the Nation newspaper. Big headline here, Akeredolu to Igboho. Other separatists stare clear of Ondo. Governor warns trespassers in forest. North's elders caution secession promoters. At the top of the Nation newspaper, churches, schools raise inquire hijab violence. That's on page 4. And on page 5, why Autumn ran after attack by aid. APC names Daniel Bankole, Omishiri, Dogara Ambode in contact strategy panel. And at the bottom of the Nation this morning, and finally, Northwest governors issue vacate forest order to bandits. It's time for action, says Masari. DHQ to launch full military assault. And now we move on to the Daily Sun newspaper this morning with this headline on its front page. Constitution review, state creation, LG reform, others top reps agenda. On page 26, Defense Minister raises the alarm over terror attacks, says Nigeria in dire situation will have peace again, Chief of Defense Staff says. And the photo story for the Daily Sun, Ibarapa youths protesting the arrest of OPC members in Oyo State, this only yesterday. CAN calls Nigerians to action, rise and save country from disintegration. Christian body charges citizens, country threatened by weak leaders, Northern elders say. And PDP, Nigeria sliding into irredeemable crisis, seeks national security summit. And finally, on the Daily Sun newspaper, we take this one. Agitations for new wage. Federal government vows to match salary increase with productivity. That on page 6. We've still got one more paper here, and that's the Daily Tribune, the Nigerian Tribune, with the headline, Ondo people have chosen to stay in Nigeria, says Akeredolu on page 2, warns promoters of secession. Goes on with a very long writer, which you can read at your convenience, and notes citizens should be ordered to leave any part of the country, says the NEF. Bankole, Omishire, Ambode, others make 61-member APC contract strategy committee, and no Nigerian has developed adverse reaction to AstraZeneca vaccine, say the PTF. Finally, Amotekun seizes over 100 cows as herders run away. That on page 2. And that's as much as we can take for the dailies and the headlines this morning. We still have much on the show, so if you stay tuned, you get to find out this goodness that we have planned for you.
It's going to be a very tasty Tuesday.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
It's such a patronizing. Look at the color she's even wearing. Look what she's wearing.
Exactly. That was the first thing I noticed when I came into the studio. I was like,
wow.
Because when I saw in the makeup room, I was like, oh, this is nice. And then I now understood.
So what? I'm a big fan of
Titi, you went to dig out this our top. Abi?
So it's a uniform.
Mary.
Okay.
No, it's not a uniform.
Do you want to
They are different colors.
Do you want to exchange?
No, I'm cool.
Okay. Let's take a trip down marriage street, like Tokwe will say.
Yeah.
Very interesting conversation from yesterday, actually. We had this conversation on our group yesterday where we talked about this instance that kind of like went viral on social media.
Yeah.
There happened to be this situation where the former wife
Yeah.
of a military officer who got gunned down by bandits somewhere in the north actually married her brother-in-law, now her husband, and people got talking and saying, hey, what is this? Why is it such a thing? Is it a tradition? You know, under what situation? Was it under duress? So we were actually talking about the fact that, and I said this, that in certain parts of the country and in certain cultures, it is a thing where if you lose a husband, a brother could get married to you. I thought it was just, hey, as long as it's not under duress, it's okay.
Before we talk about this issue, we need to talk about the fact that finally it has been signed into law that women can inherit.
Yes.
So let's put that on our side.
Good.
Yeah.
The issue most times has always been women come with whatever their fathers bestow upon them, which automatically becomes their husbands.
Yeah.
And so a woman usually does not own anything. It usually goes to her sons and hardly ever her daughters.
Yeah.
So those factors are already the problems on ground. And so when, for example, as you said, the military guy died, they were supposed to get married this month.
Soldier, yeah.
And so it was a case of conversion. Maybe our father has paid the bride price and all, because that's what I was suggesting, that maybe the bride price might have been like, say, 2 or 10 cows. The father has paid it, and the family probably has traded it, or they're already using it for something, so they will be reluctant, and they're like, if you like this guy,
Well, the way you put it makes
Stay
it
in our
sound like a
family.
transaction, which in that case
isn't
makes
marriage
it...
a transaction?
It's not a transaction. It shouldn't be a transaction between
Exactly.
families or parties.
But
it should
it is
be
now.
between individuals. So that's where I have a question. But you were trying to say...
so the issue is for many families, sending a daughter to get married is supposed to be it's not just joy for the family, it's also supposed to be some kind of relief for the family as well. Sometimes the family has to save a lot of money in order to even,
take loans even.
Send the bride on her way. And it depends on her obligation to that family. Who knows, she might be the only one that's educated, she might be the only child, she might be, there's so many different factors that might have connected those two families, and if she feels obligated, she might just make that decision that, you know what, this...
I'll tell you one thing. I do have an instance in mind where as a kid, I know a friend. I had a friend who used to be confused as to what to call his father, because his father was also his uncle, his stepfather in this case, because his father died and his uncle had to get married to his mother. The older we got, and then he started to explain the reason why she absolutely had to, because if she hadn't, then she would have been left with nothing, like you said.
With nobody to care for her.
Nobody to care for her.
Most traditions, you can't go back to your father's house.
I don't know if this is still a tradition in Nigeria, whether it's an enforcement, because that's what it seemed like back then in the 80s, like she was really she was forced to.
Women are usually put in impossible
situations. It's not just in
situations.
Africa, it happens all over the world. Different cultures have different ways of doing it, but the truth is, joining of families often has more than just one goal in mind. It's not just love.
Beneficial.
It's supposed to be beneficial. So what if she has like 4 younger siblings who want to go to school, and that family has already promised, you know what, your siblings will go to school if your daughter joins our family. There's just so many things to think about.
Women have always been used as a sort of legal tender. You're having war situation. You see a girl from another tribe being married to maybe the king, the princess from another tribe being married to the king, so there can be peace
I
between
think it's
the
exception
countries.
to some of the things that you said, even if you're just actually stating the obvious. But it makes it seem like as if women are put in such a vulnerable situation in Nigeria, and it's a culture because it's accepted.
No, she did not say Nigeria alone, and we are not even it's all over the world. So I'm sure you read books about...
no, I don't read.
English,
I'm joking.
English
I'm joking.
literature, for
Yeah,
example.
of course.
When you talk of an average wedding, so this guy is a lord of a manor, and he happens to be in love with a particular lady. But she doesn't have anything to bring into their marriage. So what does he do? He ends up marrying someone who is maybe maybe the child of a
better to
squire,
do.
exactly, has a lot of money to bring into the marriage, and then so he marries that one, then probably keeps the other one as a concubine.
mistress, yeah.
Exactly. So it's actually been like that. I feel like for ages, women have been disadvantaged. And that's why I'm so happy that nowadays things are changing. Women can work, they can own their things. I find, you even hear stories of men being angry because their wives are hiding properties from them. And I'm like, you need to check out the lady's background before you get really upset. You don't know where she's coming from.
Now, pause, rewind. It makes you see why the individual from yesterday's conversation, the guy who was querying the blogger for buying a car for her father, would actually think so.
Exactly.
Because to him...
But I wanted
what do you have? You don't have a husband.
I wanted to speak to some of the comments that came up after that post, really speaking low.
The post from yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, this lady might not have had a choice, like people are making it seem. And I would like, people to just pull back, step back, and have maybe a wider worldview of the reason why she might have made that decision, and not just judge her for it.
Yeah. We're not in a situation.
Does anyone ever choose what happens to them in life?
You just never know. You just never know.
Do we ever?
Well, interesting conversation. If you've got comments, please do, of course, go up on our handles. We're at TVC Connect, or just make a comment and make sure you use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. We would like to know what you think. Do stay tuned. We'll get to let you guys in on all of that.
Good morning. Now, if you're just tuning in to Wake Up Nigeria, you came at the right time. You know why? Because there's going to be a tasty treat in the kitchen this morning.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you see what I did there? That word tasty is very flexible. You can use it in many ways. I'm talking about tasty fried chicken. They've come to join us on the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen today. And we have Sheyi and Victoria. Welcome.
Good morning.
Morning. So you need to tell us what tasty treat we're making today.
Well, good morning. What the tasty product we are doing today, we are doing our chocolate chicken, our signature, as well. We are going to go is going to along with vegetable salad.
Okay.
So now these are the raw material for the chocolate chicken, the raw chicken. We are going to marinate raw chicken. This is the tasty patented marinade.
Hold on. Let's see if we can go through all the ingredients first, because there are people at home that want to watch how we do it. So let's go over each and every ingredient, then we'll now come back and start the process.
Okay, this is the chicken. The cuts of 4 cuts. Then we have the seasoning.
Okay.
The grilling seasoning.
Okay.
Then we have the oil.
Okay.
That we are going to use to sauce the seasoning.
Okay.
Then after that, then we marinate.
Okay.
After we marinate, then we boil, then we grill.
What's going into our salad today?
The salad is a compact salad.
Okay.
That the base are the vegetable cabbage.
Okay.
This is cabbage. Then we have the carrots. Then the body, we have the chicken. That we're going to have boiled chicken. This is the filleted chicken that we are going to boil. Then we have the garnishing, and the lettuce, the tomatoes. And then we have the cream, which give the spicy and the juiciness.
All right, so I know that this seasoning, you've not told us exactly what is in this seasoning. Is there a reason why you're not telling us what's inside?
Because it's a patented, it's a secret of the tasty fried chicken.
It's a secret?
Yes.
Are
and
you sure you can't whisper? You can just whisper, tell me.
No, I will do that after the
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But you can tell me now, so I'll cook it
So
for
it's just a spicy,
Okay.
the tasty design spicy, it's our signature.
Okay.
That's what gives our chicken the juiciness and the tasty
All right.
attributes.
Okay, I think we can get into the marinating of this chicken now.
Okay, thank you. Here we go.
This chicken, it's at room temperature, yes?
No, is
it cold?
It's frozen.
Okay.
We just store it.
Okay.
We store it under running water.
Okay.
Then after that, then we are now going to marinate. After marinating, we keep it in a chill environment to allow the seasoning to percolate very well, so that when people are hitting it, the juiciness will be there.
Okay,
So
as you're doing this now, you have to tell me, how long have you been doing this particular seasoning?
we have been doing this for almost about 20 years. I've been doing this.
Ooh, wow, 20 years.
Yes.
Goodness me. I don't think there's any chicken that can go wrong in your hands, eh?
Well, no,
There's no chicken that can go wrong in your hands.
certainly. That's why we do chicken right, for our customer to really enjoy it. So
Trust me.
I'm starting the marination now. So I've poured the marinades, the tasty design marinades. You cannot get in the public, especially
it.
made for tasty fried chicken. Then I put a little water to allow the marinade to percolate very well.
Okay.
Then after this, then I have to allow it to the marinade.
Okay, so how long is this going to sit for now?
So this one is for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Before I now continue the other processes.
All right.
So while I'm doing this now, while I'm leaving this one to the marinade to percolate very well, then I'll go on to the salad so that...
Okay, so I'm wondering, I saw some other, items under here. Some pre-marinated chicken, I'm trying to let people into a secret. But I know that we can wait for this to marinate. You have some that are with bones and some that are boneless.
This is the boneless. I want to use this one for the topper salad.
Beautiful.
So when I was mentioning, I said this is the body of the salad.
Okay.
Because the salad is a copper salad. It comprises of vegetables, the white meat, chicken, and the dressings. These are classic dressings.
I can see water boiling on the stove there. What are we boiling the water for?
So we are boiling the water we are using the water to boil the chicken.
Okay.
And so where this marinates, the marinated chicken done, I'm going to boil it a bit before I start the grilling.
Fantastic. I know that Victoria is here to show us something as well. I know she was going to start on the vegetables, but you need to tell us what she is going to be doing. Just tell us what she's going to be doing.
It's like all this vegetable here now. Like when you want to do salad, the first thing you have to key on is a selection of your raw materials, the fruits. Okay. You have to make sure that the raw materials, the fruits are selected. They are awesome. Then after you select it, then you watch.
Okay.
Because salad is ready-to-eat product and is hazardous potential product.
Okay.
If it's not well done, the customer can incur food hazard. Okay. So that you have to be very, very attentive and very, very key to food safety issues when you are doing salad. Okay. So now, Victoria is going to take this and wash all the ingredients under running water.
All right.
So then after that, then is going to sanitize it.
You know what?
Yes.
While all this is going on, we have an interview that's about to begin. Mazino and the doctor have been standing by, but we are going to get to work. Stay with us, guys.
Well, alrighty, we're hoping that there's enough to go around because it's looking like it's going to be very, very delicious. Well, hey, you are welcome on this segment. Thank you very much, guys. Now, on Health Today, we will be talking about the most powerful remedies for high blood pressure, and I've been told to add with dash dieting on this one. We have with us in the studio Dr. Dira Onifade, the Chief Medical Officer at Dr. Connect. Now, it's a health tech company on a mission to making quality healthcare deliverable to everybody via mobile phones. Dr. Dira is interested in developing the state of health in Lagos State via adoption of health technology and also machine learning to drive the new trend of the profession in the country as a whole. You're welcome once again, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, the last time we had so much to talk about, so I'm just going to get right into it.
Okay.
Now, while we're talking about what we'll be talking about today, just from before, high blood pressure, you insisted that I say dash dieting.
Yes.
So, what is dash dieting when it comes to high blood pressure?
Okay, DASH itself is an acronym that means Dietary Attempt to Stop Hypertension.
Dietary attempt to stop hypertension. Dash. Okay.
Dash diet. And it's funny how most people don't know about the DASH diet. Everybody knows about keto diets and so many other diets that we have, but they don't know about DASH diet. So we want to push this out. We want people to know about it so that we can apply this in managing our hypertension or pre-hypertension or never even getting there at all.
So are you saying hypertension could also be caused by what we eat?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
Go on then. So dash dieting, what does it entail?
So the DASH diet itself, I will quickly just run through hypertension, then I move to the DASH diet. Hypertension, we know that is most of the time normally a BP more than 140 all over 90, that's an average. There are so many things that we put into the picture before diagnosing someone as being hypertensive. You have to look at the age, you have to look at the sex, you have to look at the height, and a lot of other things. And you just don't see someone for the first time and say, you're hypertensive.
Okay.
The book says you should take 3 to 5 readings.
Okay.
And that person must have rested for 5 minutes for every of those visitations before you diagnose this person as being hypertensive. Though there are exceptions, like when you see someone that the blood pressure is really very high, you can conclude that this person is hypertensive. So everybody tends to do this with drugs, and that's what we normally know, that once you're hypertensive, you go to the hospital, they put you on drug. But we don't really look at the role of our food, what food can do to us.
Okay.
And really, the food is one of the most powerful tools in managing your hypertension.
Okay.
Why is that? Because your lifestyle and the food is what actually push you into the hypertension in the first place, if not genetically from your family history. So DASH diet is just eating plan to stop or prevent hypertension. And what you want to do is very simple, very, very simple. We all know that when you take a lot of salt, it can make you to develop hypertension very fast, and some of these seasonings and all that. So in DASH diet, you just want to reduce the number of sodium. Salt contains sodium chloride. So DASH diet just want to reduce the number of sodium that you have in your food, and it's going to increase the number of potassium, calcium, and magnesium.
Potassium, calcium, magnesium.
Yes.
Okay.
Because those have been found to really help you in lowering your blood pressure.
Okay.
So that's what DASH diet just want to do.
So why can't I just eat my salt and take potassium, calcium, and magnesium as vitamins?
Okay. So how many of those vitamins do you want to take? Let's start from there.
Well, all three of them, like you mentioned now.
So
Don't they have pills? If they have
they
pills,
have
I'll take the pills.
but, you know, the content of all these pills at times is not compared to what you have in your food, because you are going to eat anyway. So let's say you are taking those things from your multivitamins and you are not eating rightly and you are increasing the sodium from the food. What happens? You go back to square one. So you can eat right from the onset, and even if you want to supplement it with some of these multivitamins, why not?
Okay.
You can. But eating right is where it all starts from.
And
that's the beginning.
Predominantly subtracting mostly salt from our diet.
Yes.
Are there any other things that we must subtract when it comes to DASH dieting?
So this is the diet itself. It focuses on reducing the fat content of the food you are going to eat, number one. It increases the whole grains, legumes, a lot of vegetables. That cannot be overemphasized.
Doctor, just give me leaf, let me be eating now. Taking everything out. Just eat leaf.
Yeah, so a whole lot of vegetable, then your legumes, your nuts. You can take a little bit of alcohol, a little bit, and don't let us go to alcohol today.
Yeah, no, let's leave that alone.
A little bit of alcohol, then basically it has to be a balanced diet.
Okay.
If you look at most people that go into this weight loss program, this diet is really very, very important, because there are 3 factors into weight loss that most of these weight loss coaches do. One, they will say you must eat a balanced diet. Apart from that, they will tell you that most of your caloric intake must not be fat. You can get it from every other thing, but it should not really be from fat. That is 2. Then they will tell you that you should be involved in aerobic and muscle strengthening exercises.
Before I go to for a couple of questions, now when you say no direct fat, are you talking about like fat from meat? That very juicy, sweet, delicious bit of suya that we all love. You're saying don't eat too much of it, or don't eat it at all. Is that what you're saying?
Don't eat too much of it. Don't eat at all.
Okay.
That's why the focus is it has to be balanced. There must be everything inside.
Balance.
But the fat must be low.
Okay. Then, are you saying that if I'm a bit bodied, or I don't want to use the word fat, if I'm a bit bodied, that I stand a bigger risk at having high blood pressure?
Yes.
Oh,
you do.
Dear.
You do. And that is because these things are connected. Obesity, hypertension, diabetes.
Okay.
They are all connected.
So I'd like you to just round off, give us a quick one on how to go about DASH dieting in a flash, what to take note of.
Okay. So this is what to take note of. We have some problem when it comes to DASH diet. Most people don't know the number of kilocalories of food they need to take. It's been a very big problem. So that is what we are now doing. That in Dr. Connect, we have a food scale that if you bring your food on those food scale, it shows you the kilocalories of that food. So even before you eat your eba, your fufu, your amala, your tuwo, and all that, you know the number of kilocalories you have in that food. And that is going to make you to be able to comply with the DASH dieting and prevent hypertension and diabetes and every other thing.
You're at what now? At your Instagram handle, just so that they can get
FST.
Dr. Mighty FST. So if they have any questions, they can always ask you. Thank you very much for giving us all this information about DASH dieting when it comes to high blood pressure. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Too bad I don't have too much time, but hey, glad that you're out there listening, and I hope that you learned something here today. Do stay tuned. Plenty of stuff coming on the show here, and we'll let you guys in on it.
How my stomach feels right now. It's been rumbling all over the place. We have Chef Sheyi and Victoria making us a little hungrier than usual in the kitchen. Now, they're from Tasty Fried Chicken, and they've come here to make a special meal for us. Now, for those that didn't hear what we're making, what's it called again?
So we are making a chicken, chocolate chicken, our signature. The only chicken in the Lagos, Nigeria. You can see the chicken now. We have started grilling the chicken. And there's going to go along with it is our topper salad. The topper salad is a compact salad, specially made for people that like to diet and to bring their weight down. People that don't want to have tummy, like me.
So what is Chef Victoria doing for us right now? What is she doing?
She's turning the grill. They have marinated the chicken and we have sauced it.
Okay.
And she's turning and we are grilling the chicken now. So the next 20 minutes will be ready for.
Is this a special type of grill, you know, or can I do this in any frying pan?
In the industrially, we have industrial grill that we use. But for the purpose of this show, that's why we come with this mini.
Okay.
So
how long is it going to spend on the grill, do you think?
The minimum of 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So I can see that she's not letting that chicken go. She constantly keeps turning it. So is that part of it? Does she have to keep turning it?
Yes, because, you know, the browning is desirable. But when browning goes darker, it's undesirable. Okay. And the browning is one of the attributes of food. So to maintain even browning and without any burns, that's why she needs to be constantly turning it.
All right.
And to achieve doneness thoroughly.
All right, now let's talk about these very fresh, colorful looking vegetables. You seem to be laying cabbage down first. For those that missed it earlier, we have egg, we have cabbage, we have cucumber, carrots, tomatoes. What's that over there? That's pasta.
That's the macaroni.
Macaroni,
yes,
pasta, yeah. And tomatoes and this chicken here. Please tell us about this chicken that's on the side here.
So this chicken was the boneless chicken I showed you. So we boiled it. After boiling it, and then we have to keep it.
Okay.
So, you know, the breast part of the chicken is awesome, is good for the health. Okay. So that's the part of the chicken that we use to make the salad to complement. And it's one of the major body of the salad. Okay. So to complement the vegetables.
It looks great already, but the cabbage is going at the bottom.
Yes.
Why at the bottom? Why not just put everything all in at the same time and then just turn it?
So, like, you know, the cabbage is the base.
Okay.
So then, after the base, that comes the body. Then when we are not serving it, when we take it to serve it, put it, by the time they put the cream on it, then whoever that's taking it, we need to now just mix it with the cream and everything will go.
All right, let me not disturb you further. Let me watch you work your magic here. What's going on next?
This is the shredded carrots.
Shredded carrots. Did you do anything to the carrots before shredding them?
Yes, as I said earlier on, we first sort awesome carrots. Then you knead it, you clean it to remove the dirt that come with it from the market or the farm. Then after that, you wash it thoroughly. Then after washing, you sterilize to make it sterile.
What's the difference between washing and sterilizing?
Thank you. Washing is to remove the dirt, while sterilizing is to remove any adherent natural flora that come from it from the farm. When you say natural flora, those are the bacteria. For example, when you go to my 12th market, you see the way they display all these vegetables. One wouldn't like to eat it like that.
Definitely not.
And then for salad, you need to be careful because not everybody knows the ethics of food safety in salad, which is very, very important. That is why whenever you are eating salad, you have to be very, very careful, note where you are taking it.
Okay. So we have cabbage at the bottom, we have carrots on top. I wonder what's going next. Aha. Lettuce is next. So is it the same amount of sterilization for all the vegetables? Or maybe
yes. There is a standardized solution that we use. So the solution we use to clean it, and it has been tested in our lab.
Okay.
So we have done a series of experiments in our lab that after we take raw vegetable, we do swab on them, we prepare inoculum, And then we take the vegetable that we have sterilized in different concentration, and we look at where do we get growth. When we now got the standard where we cannot get growth today, that is the standard we are using. So, and to give us double assurance that the vegetables are wholesome.
Okay, so if you're just tuning in, we have Sheyi and Victoria from Tasty Fried Chicken. Now, if you haven't tasted the chocolate chicken before, well, hey, what are you waiting for? We have some in the studio that we're definitely going to be tasting later, but Chef Victoria has taken it off the grill. Chef Victoria, could you hold one out on the grill for us, please? Please, Chef Sheyi, please tell us what you're looking out for to know whether it's done.
Thank you. So the doneness, to know doneness, like when you see the grill, the color,
yes.
that is one.
Yes.
Then two, while we are grilling, then we use our tongue, the fork to dip into heat.
Okay.
Like this.
You dig into it.
Into it, then you check. When you see blood that oozes out,
okay,
the treat has not done.
Okay.
So while we are doing the boiling, we have done the test.
Okay.
And in our restaurant, we have probe thermometer that we use to check the core temperature. So when we check the core temperature, find that the core temperature is above 7 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
Then that has given us the assurance that the chicken is done and is safe for consumption.
Yes.
But in absence of this probe, so we get it because, before all this advancement in technology, cooking is an art. People have been cooking. Our forefather, our great-grandmother were cooking. And it's an art as well that the science aspect of it come in. So by heart, you can check it by dipping the tongue on it and check. When blood oozes out, you know that has not been done. But scientifically, you check with the probe.
All right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay, so it does smell fantastic already. And I know we still have quite a lot of work to do on the salad. So maybe we should go back to that. Let's start working on the salad one more time. Let's see. Okay, so you're adding the macaroni.
Yes.
But is there a special type you use? And what happened to the macaroni before it went into the salad?
So the macaroni is parboiled.
Okay.
So that it will give it the juiciness and the crunchiness. They parboil it, and the parboiling is monitored. Not that it's going to be surgy.
Okay.
So I boil it, and with a little spicy.
Spice. Which spice is that one in here?
That is tasty patented spice.
Tasty patented. This tasty patented spice that you keep mentioning. I'm going to find out that secret today. Today. You're not going to leave here before telling me.
You find the secret by the time you are tasting the chicken.
Okay. All right. No problem. But I noticed that there's not much macaroni on top of it. Is that deliberate, or, could it also become like a base?
No, it's part of the body, I'll put it.
Okay.
And, like when we say salad, people want vital and minerals.
Okay.
So we need to control the carbohydrate that goes into it.
Okay.
And if you know that pasta is made from the flour, then secondly, it is from the protein in the flour. Okay. You get it? So that's why we are just trying to, the nutritional component, to balance the nutritional component of the salad. Okay. So all these things, like when you talk about the product, you have recipe. And the recipe goes with the name of the ingredient, the composition of the ingredient, the ratio at which you mix them, and the nutritional component, benefit. So all these things, when you are making recipe, all these have to be balanced out so that in the long run, the customer, the people that want to eat the salad, will get the benefit they want apart from the attribute from the taste.
Honestly, I'm learning so much from you today, Chef Sheyi. I have to say, these tomatoes look very fresh and very crunchy. And I can see that the salad is coming together. The chocolate chicken is almost there. Almost there. It remains small, but not to worry. You're going to see everything come together right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming to share this with us.
You're welcome.
We are going to be back after this break. Stay right there. The second hour on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, surely you kicked off your day with a good start when you came on air with us during the first hour of the show. And if you're just tuning in, not to worry, it's about to get better.
Yes, indeed. It's officially the show that just got better. With
Yeah.
the best breakfast television here that television has to offer. Now, a Grammy-winning type episode is what we call this one, with so much still to come if you stay tuned.
Now, there's all this activity happening in the studio, and if you're out and about, you can take us with you so that you can be assured of a fantastic day amid the hustle and bustle out there in the city.
Yes, the good things in life are free, they say, and it is important never to lose sight of that fact. So look around you, wherever you might be, wherever you see friendship, loyalty, laughter, and love, there lies your treasure.
Let's get in and see what we have for the next 45 minutes. The kitchen is a buzz. Now, I've been having a great time there. Mary,
a bit too much of a great time there.
Yes.
They say about somebody doing all the work and somebody else enjoying the benefits.
Yes, Sue.
Thank you so much, Titi, for all you've done. I'm
Thank
so
you,
happy
Mary.
to take charge now.
Sarcasm queen. But that looks great, doesn't it, guys?
It does, I know, right?
Woo-hoo.
So
Wow.
much to go round.
Goodness me.
I can't wait.
Wow. You guys need to give me some pat on the back. I've been working now.
Oh, please, Mary.
Wow.
Please, Titi. I'm sorry I did that again. We have nothing going on between us, myself and
Mazino
Mary.
appeal right here.
I
Titi
promise.
Lai Oyinsan right here.
Of course, Mazino
You
appeal.
can use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian TV.
Yes, indeed. And also remember to watch us live absolutely anywhere. Use the mobile app. You can download that Google Play Store or on Apple iOS. We also have to implore you to follow us across all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're at TVC Connect for all we have here lined up for you.
Now, shortly, we'll be having also Richie,
Yeah.
a sensational singer and songwriter. Now, this is Ojoma God's Will, Uche, that will be popping into the studio. When it comes to hip-hop music, he's infused some other genres into it as well. Seems like it's going to be a great performance.
Passionate youth teacher with more than a decade hands-on experience with a burning desire to see an average youth become an exceptional young adult. He's going to be joining us in discussing fatherhood, a vacant office in this generation.
And finally on the show, we'll be having a veteran in the entertainment industry join us. Ayo Shonaya is going to be here. That's a film producer and, of course, a lawyer. Now, he's also a music talent agent, managed so many of Nigeria's top artists with a long list, talking about Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, pop star D'banj, Don Jazzy, LD the Don, to just name a few.
Welcome, and time for the news this morning here. President Muhammadu Buhari today, or rather yesterday, received former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dimeji Bankole, and former Governor of Ogun State, Gbenga Daniels, who recently defected to the ruling All Progressive Congress. Now, they were accompanied to the presidential villa by the chairman, caretaker committee of the APC, and Governor of Yobe, Mai Mala Buni, Governors of Jigawa State, Mohammed Badaru, and Kebbi Atiku Bagudu. Giving reason for his decision, the former Speaker noted that these were critical times when every Nigerian needed to step up and be part of decisions reached to stabilize the nation. Speaking along the same vein, the former governor and former Director General Atiku Campaign Organization, Gbenga Daniel, urged Nigerians to be less concerned about political leanings, but rather support the government to overcome the country's present challenges.
Well, like you rightly asked, we are here to see Mr. President and to present to him our new members of the party, in the persons of Otumba Benga Daniel, former two-term governor of Ogun State, and Right Honorable Ola Dimeji Bankole, the former Speaker of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that's basically what we are here for, and that's what we discussed with Mr. President.
And the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 says Nigeria has joined the list of countries developing COVID-19 vaccines, with 2 candidates currently awaiting clinical trials. This was disclosed earlier yesterday by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, during the PTF national briefing in Abuja. Now, recall that the Minister of Health, Osage Ehanire, on January 18 had announced the approval of 10 billion naira to support local production of COVID-19 vaccines. Speaking on the latest development on local vaccine production, Mustafa called for collaboration among relevant agencies to ensure that the effort is successful.
Scientists have produced at least 2 local COVID-19 vaccines which are awaiting clinical trials and certification is significant. This is a welcome development that will open a new vista in scientific breakthrough and will boost the morale and image of the medical industry in the country. I call on all the relevant agencies to provide the required support and enabling environment for smooth conduct of the remaining protocols for the certification of these vaccines, with a view to encouraging and motivating other researchers.
AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine has shown 75% efficacy against symptomatic disease and 100% efficiency against severe disease and hospitalization in a new U.S.-based clinical trial, the company says. The new data came from a phase 3 clinical trial conducted in the U.S., Chile, and also Peru. According to AstraZeneca, the findings from the new phase 3 trial, which include more than 32,000 participants, may boost confidence in the vaccine, which was originally developed by the University of Oxford. The Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine was the subject of controversy earlier in the month when a number of European countries, including Norway, France, and Denmark, decided to temporarily suspend its rollout due to reports of blood clotting in patients post-inoculation. AstraZeneca says it has, or rather plans, to submit the findings to a scientific journal for peer review. And that's it for the news.
All right, so it's time for us to have a conversation on parenting. And to do justice to that is Femi Shofoluwe, a thoroughbred, passionate youth teacher with more than a decade hands-on experience, of course with a burning desire to see an average youth become an exceptional young adult. And today, we will be discussing fatherhood, a vacant office in this generation. Wow, that's a huge subject.
It is.
And it's one that is going to shoot a lot of bullets.
Definitely.
But let's take it from the basics. What exactly is fatherhood? What represents fatherhood?
Like it's rightly said, fatherhood is actually an office. It's not a name. It's actually a function.
It's not a title.
It's not a title. It's an office. That need to, just like we have CEO, PRO, CSO, we have fatherhood. And fatherhood is mainly meant for a male to be occupied. But in some cases, when the position is vacant, we have seen some women step up to occupy that position.
So when we talk about fatherhood, you just agree that some women can call themselves king. Because we've been seeing a lot of that recently, where a woman has to take the role of father and mother and says, you know what, on Father's Day, I get to be celebrated. On Mother's Day, I get to be celebrated. But let's not focus too deeply on that. When we talk about the position of a father, which you said is vacant these days, what exactly is the function of a father? Why is a father so important in a child's life? All right.
I would like to begin from where we have the word father from. The word father came from an Hebrew word, haba. And haba means source, progenitor, provider, protector, and author, maker, all things in that line. And if you check the homes today, it's possible to have the male figure at home, but not fulfilling all this responsibility. And that makes it it makes the position of a father to be vacant. So male being at home is not enough to say that, oh, okay, they have father. To be a father, you have to carry out all these functions. Providing for the family, protecting the family, being the source of the family, such that if anything is happening in that family, it can be traced to you and you take ownership of it, you take responsibility for it. If you cannot do that and you are a male figure in the house, your position is vacant as a father.
But you know, these days, many people tend to blame women for everything. You just talked about taking responsibility, even not just these days, in the times of our parents as well. And I dare say the times of our grandparents. It stopped being a case of, oh, when a child does wrong, the family will be blamed. It became a case of, it's the mother's fault. And so you are talking about taking responsibility. Maybe you want to shed more light on that aspect.
All right. If you're a father and you are listening to me today, I want you to hone up to your responsibility. I believe this, and it's my personal belief, it doesn't transcend to any other person, that if anything go wrong in the house, the father should be held responsible. From wherever corner is coming from, if a woman, for example, slap a man, believe me, as a man, you need to be taken responsible for that too.
Why so?
The reasons for this is because you are the first person that went to the woman and said, you know what, I'm interested in you, I want to marry you. You should have done your due diligence to know the person you are getting married to. If you have not done your homework as a man, anything that goes wrong in the house still fall back on you.
But doesn't it seem like so much responsibility on a man?
That is why we say it's a role. If you are not qualified for it, don't apply for it. You understand? If they say position is vacant, there is a qualification for it. If you are not qualified, don't go for it. If you know that you cannot take responsibility 100% for everything happening under your roof, you cannot be a father. And then, you see, some people, just because they can give birth to children, they think they are father. No, in fact, you don't need to have a child to be a father. I stepped into the position of a father at the age of 19. I became responsible for a lot of young people around me, people of my age, even some people who are older than me. You see, we see a lot of people in prison today because there's a lack of father figure in their life. A lot of people that are in prison today, go and check. There is a lack of father figure in their life. There's so much, there's just so much that a woman can do over a child. I give respect and kudos to all single mothers out there who are combining the role of a father with that of their, their home. But the truth is this: there is so much that a woman can do. There is a way that a man loves a child that a woman can never do.
Good. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was going to take you there. Let's talk about the father and child relationship. What is it that a man must do right to his child for him to be called a good father, a responsible father? A
lot of fathers believe that once they can provide the basic need at home, they have done their role. That is just like 10% of your responsibility.
10? That's little.
Yes, just 10%.
There's a lot of work in providing,
You see, you see, all the things that you make efforts to gather, the day you die, they can be squandered at once. Everything will be gone. I saw a particular trend on Twitter some time ago of a person who had COVID-19 and was having a lot of difficulty breathing. And each time he remembered that these children, it's just like he's in a vision, that these children are squandering the money of his pension on girls and just enjoying their life. And he felt like, no, I will not die. I have to retrain these children. This is not how we spend money. See, as a father, let me say this. I have an acronym here, EAR. You must meet this responsibility. E, engagement. Engage with your children. It is very, very important.
Okay.
A, be available. And R, be responsible. If you are not meeting these three requirements, you are not fit to be called a father.
I'm pretty sure you've heard that. EAR, your ear should help you remember this. Thank you so much for your time, Sheffield. Thank you so much for your time. All right, we have to take this break. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit.
And of course, welcome back. We are joined by a veteran here today. Oh yes, a veteran in the entertainment industry, Ayo Shunaya, who is a film producer and lawyer.
He's also a music talent agent and has managed many of Nigeria's top artists. Now the list is long. Fuji music star Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, imagine managing someone like that. Pop star D'banj, music producer Don Jazzy, LD, they done some great names in that list.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And look at Ayo sitting down there looking so humble.
Yes, so looking all chilled and laid back.
Good to have you here. Yes. Now, you want to go first? I'm so sorry. Ladies first.
Wow, Mazino.
I'm just so excited.
No, it's because, we know each other for long now.
Yes, so
yes.
We used to call you Oku, but
and I used to call
no, please don't. I'm wearing the right color.
Yeah, she's branding. Exactly, you're wearing the color. Yes,
What is going on today?
It's an inside thing. Okay.
But it's great to see you out and about, looking so great. And we know you've been working on an amazing project for a long time. You need to let us in on what that's about.
Okay, so basically, I'm releasing a documentary that I've been filming for 20 years.
Oh wow!
From 1919 to 2019.
Oh,
wow. So, you know, and then we've been producing it from 2019 till now. So it's ready now. The stuff that we've been cooking, we're going to present it on a plate.
what is it called?
It's called Afrobeats, the Backstory.
Okay.
So it's a story about the history, the present, and the future of this genre we now call Afrobeats. This genre we're now enjoying. This genre that's now winning Grammy. So basically, it's very, very timely that the documentary is coming out.
Fantastic. You're the right person to ask this question now.
Go ahead.
Finally, I get to have a jury on this one.
Okay.
So, Afrobeats
Yes.
and Afrobeat
Yes.
are two different genres, or
Yes.
are they one and the same, or just sharing some boundaries?
The answer is yes and no.
Okay.
So, no, they're not the same. Afrobeat is fella. Afrobeat is African pop music.
African
But
pop.
you can see one begat the other, to use a biblical a phrase. So basically, Afrobeat fella is pretty much the parent of Afrobeats, because Afrobeat fella is mixed with a lot of pop, we mixed with a lot of dancehall, mixed with a lot of other popular music around the world to make Afrobeats now.
Interesting.
That's the reason why the whole world is
And you've been
enjoying it.
around to see this evolution. We were just looking at a couple of the clips that will come from your documentary.
Yes.
How you shared some of the founding moments with some of the big names that we know now in Afrobeats.
Yes.
Now that must be a very interesting experience. You know their backstories.
Yes.
You know the flaws they've made, the challenges they've been through.
Yeah.
Are we going to see all of this inside of your documentary?
You're going to see almost all of it, because of course, you know, in the music industry we can't show everything.
I know.
Even though I was recording everything, I can't show everything, but I'm showing the parts that that matter,
Okay.
and fits the narrative of what I'm trying to do in the documentary. What I'm trying to do is just to trace the beginning,
Okay.
the genesis, the origin, the foundation, up until what we have now.
So this is not a case of the good, the bad, the...
And the interesting.
So it's not the ugly.
No, there's a lot of ugly, especially, I mean, not to say anything disparaging about Fuji music.
Okay.
Fuji music is where I started. I'm a filmmaker and I'm a lawyer, but I got into Fuji music through Wasiu Ayinde because I was his lawyer.
Oh.
And I was doing a documentary on him. So we became close, and he said, why don't you join us on tour? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And then I said, okay, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to be recording. I'm going to be recording everything. So if you see some of the clips, he gave me a lot of access.
Wow.
I will record when he's playing with his kids. I record when, you know, I've recorded while they're, you know, having fights in the studio, and, you know, but that's what I'm saying. Everything is the backstory.
How many parts is this documentary?
9 parts.
9 parts.
It originally started as 6 parts.
Okay.
But when we started doing it, it ended up being 9.
We can see a video here of K1 way back. I don't know who he's harassing here.
That's,
But these are the moments we're looking forward to
that's
see.
Lati. The guy in the orange is Lati. He's one of his bodyguards. And we always just play around like that. So when he told them that we were filming, he said, perform now, do something. Lati, do your dance. And Lati was like, so.
How long ago was that?
Yeah.
How long ago?
This was, that was 2000. Yeah, 2000.
Wow.
So about
20
a
years
year
ago.
after I joined Wasiu. Yes.
Wow. Wow. So if I may ask now, to see that evolution into Afrobeats,
Yes.
can you give me 1 or 2 names that were absolutely critical in making this evolution happen?
DJ Jimmy Jat.
Wow.
Really?
DJ Jimmy Jat is the one that used to give, if you listen to the song style, he said, Two-Face said, DJ Jimmy Jat, now they give us instrumental.
Yes.
So basically, that's what he used to do. He used to provide instrumental from hip-hop songs for Nigerians to rap on.
Oh.
So basically, when you get the instrumental, you rap on it in Pidgin, or you rap on it in Yoruba, or you rap on it
do
in
your thing.
And that is how Afrobeats started. You know, Afrobeat fella is a combination of high life and jazz,
Yes.
and James Brown,
Funk.
and funk, exactly. But Afrobeats is actually Afrobeats mixed with hip hop and Yoruba language, a lot of Yoruba language, and a lot of Pidgin and stuff like that. So really, I would put it at the doorstep of Jimmy Jat.
So I have to ask you, who did you believe needed to hear this story?
Everybody,
Okay.
especially the young ones.
Okay.
You see a lot of these young people on social media. It's what they know that they will put on social media.
Yeah.
Like if you wake up one day in 2012,
Yeah.
and then you now put it out and say, oh, this person is the best, he's the greatest, he is the beginning, he is the end, he's the alpha, he's the omega and everything. But that's the limit of your own knowledge. So you're putting it out. Of course, some other people will pick it up as well, retweet it, repost it, and everything will now become. So basically what I want to do is to tell everybody the story, but most importantly, the young people to know where this music came from and where it's
Now,
going.
there's some young people that might not have seen this particular performance before. You need to check this out.
Fucking lyrics with my jeans and my shit. I've got to hustle for my rich. Or should I say niggas quick stepping on my toes if I click a hole? Nigga, please get advantages. This is how it goes. Strictly Mr. Robert and MC. You blind yourself, G.
Now, I've got so much to say about that clip. First off, that was
That's
Weird
Weird
MC.
MC, yes.
Secondly,
Yes,
that
that's
is
what she calls
actually,
herself
the
now.
base of that song she was actually singing was actually Afrobeat.
So that is where you are marrying Afrobeat fella
and
with
contemporary sounds.
Yeah, with sampling
now,
palava.
thirdly, the backup singers, who were those? You should tell us who those were.
Okay, so the backup singers, she had 4 backup singers. So let me start with the first 2. Boom Shakalak. I've gotten her real name now. I'm supposed to call it Boom Shakalak, you know. She played Oya, Shango's wife. She's an actress as well. And the other 2, Two-Face and Blackface.
Two-Face and
They
Blackface
used
were
to be
Weird
backup
MC's
singers for
backup
Weird
singers.
for Weird MC.
How many people knew that? Who would believe it if you were telling them without showing them that clip? Like,
You see, that's the thing.
how far know now?
That's the thing about this documentary that I'm doing. I can sit down here and tell you some stories that you look at me and say, that guy is lying, man. He's exaggerating.
Look at
But when I
them.
put...
Look at them. Though.
Yeah.
We can
That's
pause that.
Two-Face.
That's Two-Face and
Yeah, and
Blackface.
Blackface.
Unbelievable.
So when I put the video, you will now say, so video doesn't lie.
It doesn't.
It's how
And
you
you've
sit
got
down
such
that
a
you catch it,
wealth
yes.
of them. I mean, I can't imagine. How did you maintain, how did you keep, how did you protect all of these clips? How do you protect them from going bad? Because I can imagine you were recording on VHS tapes.
Yeah, well, VHS,
Well, that's-
with your high 8, and then over the time it became like mini DVs and stuff like that. And of course, I live in England where it's not so hot all the time.
Okay,
So
there
the
you
storage.
go.
But even though, good question you asked, when we started bringing out the archives and playing it, some of them would be glitching and everything, so we had to go clean it up. And you know, so that one itself is like really, really crazy and cost me a lot of
I can't
money.
wait to see the documentary. How long is it? 9 part, did you say?
9 parts and 45 minutes each.
45. That's the, oh, wow.
That's like making 4 feature films.
Amazing.
Yes.
I'm hoping you're gonna be, your plan for putting this out there is going to be very accessible.
Very, very accessible. It's going to come out on streaming platforms right after we do the premiere. The premiere is on April 2nd, which is Good Friday.
All right,
Yes,
then.
yes.
I feel like it's a story that needed to be told.
Yeah.
And I think you're one of the best people to tell the story.
Oh, thank you. Thank
honestly, from what we're already seeing from those clips,
Yeah,
it's
it's
going
going to be very
emotional.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
Going to be very, very interesting.
And very, very educational.
Yes, exactly.
It's like a history lesson.
Yeah.
At some point, I thought maybe I was doing a PhD thesis on Afrobeats, and everything was just like, you know.
Okay.
But I survived it.
Yes, you
and,
did.
yes.
Yes,
Well,
you did.
let's do another clip,
Yeah.
and then Titi's got a surprise for you, which I think
Surprise.
I'm not too happy about. But let's check this clip out.
Okay, go ahead. Beats, the documentary, and I'm here with Saz on the beat. Saz on all the beats. Saz on the Afro beats.
There was nothing like Remedies, there was nothing like Idris, there was nothing like Kennis.
Tribesmen, Remedies, Paul Play, and Plantation Boys.
I would first mention Remedies.
98, 99.
We started to see a change in the music.
1999 was the year.
Oh, yeah. Sweet one come sweet like Fanta. Bad B come bad like Rihanna. Take notes if you wanna be my lover. Grind and stat trying to make money with my brothers.
I want to fuse Afrobeats and hip hop.
The last sound and rap. My music was very hard.
Taban Shere, One Man Bere, Big Brothers. Yoruba sounds good.
My mom and my dad speak that to me.
And then Soji will be doing boss okay.
Waiting Babele won't make ya one.
And that's all people wanted me to sing. Just sing Temeta and go.
Okay, Tiwa, sexy. How?
Most of us suffered with our artists. We started their careers from when they were hustling.
Marlian is a true fan of Naira Marley.
When I first heard the term Afrobeats, it sounded perfect for me.
You can't say Afrobeats without saying Afrobeats.
Not all music in Africa is Afrobeats.
Goodness me, look at that lineup.
I'm seeing so many people there that make me want to watch
Goodness.
this.
No, you have to come and watch it. You have to come and watch it.
Amazing. So, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, so I didn't know, like,
Yeah.
feast fit for a king.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
And it's courtesy tasty fried chicken.
Oh,
Welcome
okay.
to the show.
Okay, thank you.
So once again, we have the signature,
Of tasty fried chicken,
Yeah.
chocolate chicken
yeah.
Okay.
with topper salad.
Oh, wow.
Right. Beautiful.
Okay.
Chocolate chicken and topper salad, specially made right here. Now, it's been great for you to come show us how to do it. Let's just go over what you did with the chicken, just briefly.
Okay.
While the guest tries.
We get the raw chicken.
I'll do the salad.
To thaw it, we marinate it.
Okay.
To marinate it, then we season it and then we grill it.
Okay.
With what seasoning? Sorry, I'm a chef too.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Nice.
What do you marinate?
A tasty patented seasoning.
The secrets. You won't let us know.
The
Okay.
secrets.
No problem.
Or
Yes.
you really get, if you are a chef as well, you really get it by the
taste
time you are
it.
just the taste. You get it from there. Then the topper salad is a compound salad.
Okay.
Then we have the base, the cabbage, the carrot, the lettuce. We have the body, we have the chicken, the macaroni, and then we have the classic dressing. It's classic.
I do not think there's dressing on that, is there?
This is
like
the dressing.
dressing?
Okay.
You want some
Sure,
dressing?
yes.
Is it like Thousand Island or what is it?
It's tasty, especially
It
when
looks
you
like
feel
Thousand Island.
You, okay, well, whatever you call it.
No, I'm not saying what it looks like. but let me taste it.
Yes, taste it. But it's a classic dressing and it's olive oil base.
Aha, I was going to say either olive oil or me, I use lime sometimes. Just to give it a bit of time.
Taste it.
You know what?
So I feel like there's a meeting of chefs here.
Yes, so
No, don't try me. It's me that I'm surprising you now.
so it's exciting to see
Oh,
someone
wow.
enjoying
I like it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That
I
means
like
you've never tasted our tapa salad. You've never visited our
See,
restaurant.
that's the thing. When you
You
go
know,
to
while
taste
this
it, you
conversation
just buy
is
chicken
going on,
and go home.
let's just tell you that you
The
need
next
to
time you
tune
get there,
in
then try-
again
ask for
tomorrow
tapa salad.
from 7 a.m. These gentlemen are definitely going to have a long conversation when the show is
It's
up.
apparent.
But we are going to be back again tomorrow morning from 7 a.m. people. With
It's
another-
Wonder Women Wednesday. You don't want to miss that.
Yes, sir. Who run the world?
Girls, yeah,
Yes, sir.
we do.
As you know, we will get to you soon.
He runs the couch right now.
I'm so hungry right now.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
We do